Most of you guys are asking yourself, how is it possible to actually use day trading as a financial vehicle to help you get to the desired outcome that you're trying to reach at? So what do I mean by that? I know that most people, yes, they want to actually build businesses, they want to have something solid that they can say that they started this. Actually, people want to go into construction, they want to build houses, they want to have a service-based business, or they want to just sell products on the internet or anything similar to that. But eventually, what do you need? You're gonna end up needing some sort of finances that are gonna back you up. So now in the olden days, what would happen, or what still happens till this day? So one thing that I do is that I see all these people that are like literally drafting out business plans, drafting out pitches, drafting out all these amazing ideas on what it is that they're gonna do as soon as they get that money. And one thing that they're doing up front is that they're selling an equity or a part of their business. So now what we're doing is that I want to show you guys how you can go through, because like literally now I've got multiple businesses, and truly speaking, most of my businesses that I started, I own 100% of them. Truly speaking, is because of the fact that I was able to use forex trading as a financial vehicle to back me up. What do I mean by that? Whenever I have a business, or let's say now for instance, one of the brands that you guys are popular, that's popular, or you guys do know, is forex chasers. So with my business, what I do is that instead of going out there and looking out for investors to help me, grow my business, and to help me, fund and do certain things that are gonna help me take my business to the next level, what I do instead is that I focus more on my trading. Whatever money that I make from the markets, instead of now going out there to ball and enjoying it and doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing when I have money, what I do instead is that I focus a bit more on what can I do with this money that will help forex chasers go to the next level. What can I do now? Who can I bring on board? Who can I employ? Who can I use this money on? What can this money do for the business? Because one thing that I like is that besides just looking at the laptop and saying that today I made this much from the markets and done for the day, I prefer also having a business, something that I'm going to be able to look back on and say, this is something that I've gladly been able to build. So now, the first thing that we're going to do is that, obviously I understand that if you are watching this video, you are one of those people that actually do take trading serious, which means that you should be having a trading plan. I mean, if you're not taking trading serious, then obviously the best way that you can demonstrate that is by not having a trading plan. But once you do, means that obviously you are the person that actually looks into wanting to grow. So that trading plan is the one thing that's going to help you get to where you're getting. So the first thing that you're going to do within the trading plan is you're going to have those financial targets of, this is the exact amount of money that you want to make. It's either monthly or you want to reach, so you can be able to reinvest that money into your business. So what do I mean by that is, let's now for instance, you're going to have to state that you want to make at least maybe $5,000 every single month, because with that $5,000, maybe $2,000 is going to be for your living expenses, and the $3,000 is going to be the money that's going to be spent or sent back to your business. Which means that on months whereby you're not going to be making that $5,000, maybe you made $3,000. Now you need to be able to make a real tough commitment in terms of what are you going to do. Are you going to support that lifestyle? Are you going to be able to take that money and pay for the commitments that you have going on? Or are you going to be able to just take that money and put it into business, because you know what you're doing and you know the money that you're putting in today? It's almost like planting a seed for future gains. So those are the first things that you need to do. So now let us move over to the second thing, so you can be able to understand more deeply on what it is that you can do in order to be able to use forex trading as a financial vehicle to be able to get the desires that you are looking for. So now the second thing is that you need to educate yourself. So I've seen a lot of people that are thinking that they can easily make money from the markets without gaining that knowledge, without gaining that experience, or without gaining some level of expertise that is going to help you be able to make the right choices. Let's say now for instance, if you walk into a test room or an exam room and you didn't study anything at all, but in fact let's say you just knew that you were going to write the next day, and you just started by studying a few things here and there, a few things here and there, are you going to be able to get 80%, 90%? Obviously, you know that your results are not going to be close to that, because why? The first thing, if you even studied like maybe the night before, you're just looking to just pass, which means that if the pass mark is 40, just looking to get 40 at least. But if you didn't study, you shouldn't even be expecting a 20 or a 30. You shouldn't even be telling yourself that you are smart enough to be getting 50, 80, and all those numbers. The best way that you can get these numbers on a guaranteed way is by you having to go out there and study. If I study and I study and I study and I put in the work beforehand, and the exam comes and then I write the exam and maybe the results come, the results are around 60%, I can't even go back to the educators and I can be like, no ma'am, what's going on? I studied, this is the answer that I got and I wrote it down. You made a mistake. And the teacher's going to be able to see that I know what I'm speaking about, and they'll be able to increase my results. So the most important thing that I'm saying is that most people are trying to make money from the markets, but they're not willing to give in that knowledge. They're not willing to actually learn and you should educate yourself. And the best way is you can either educate yourself via trading on a demo account, which is a virtual account that most people are known of. But the best thing that I'm gonna say is that when you're trading a virtual account, rather trade with the amount of capital that you are comfortable with and that you're gonna be funding. Most people will be trading demo accounts with $100,000, which doesn't make sense, because when you start trading a real account, you're not gonna fund with that much. So if you know that you're gonna fund with $1,000, trade on a demo account with $1,000. So when it happens that you do happen now to, you know, your skill is working, you've got the money, you can fund. Now what you can do easily is you can just take that money, fund it, and you know the types of results that you're gonna be getting from just that $1,000 investment. So now the next thing that I want you now to focus a bit more on is you need to be disciplined. So what do I mean by this is that the fact that you are having a goal that you're working. Remember, most people, they think that to become a success you need to have maybe a couple of, you know, Rolls Royces, and like, you know, maybe for, let's say for instance, with our mindset now, you know, we're thinking that, like, you know, especially as traders, for you to be a success you need to have like a couple of maybe VW cars that you can drive around. You need to have also, like, you know, maybe living in this, doing all those things. So as much as those can be some of the results of success, but truly speaking, guys, what success really is just a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So what I mean by that is when a person is working at a corner store, or a person is working at the garage station, and that's what they wanted to become, because they know that if they can start by working at a garage store, next thing they'll be a garage manager, next thing they're going to own that garage, next thing they're going to own 10 more garages. That person is successful just by him working at the garage store, because he knows and he's working towards a specific goals that he knows he is going to achieve. The only way he's going to become a failure is if he stops working towards that goal. That's the only time he's going to be a failure. But even if it takes 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, the fact that he still wakes up and he chases that goal that he's working towards is still a success. So that's something that you need to be focusing on. Your success and my success can be the same. My goal actually is to be able to impact over hundreds of millions of people, because I believe that I was brought to actually do that. Your goal could just be maybe to make, you know, maybe 10 million, retire, do 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 and all those things, on which it can never happen. I can make 10 million, I won't be happy because I'm not yet at that level. I know I have to impact 100 million. You make 10 million, you are happy, you're all over, you're doing all those things. So those are two differences. You need to be able to know what actually sets you apart from other people in terms of being successful, and have the discipline to be able to work towards that goal massively. And on top of that, guys, one of the last things that I want to say is that keep a journal. Write down some of those things, write down your experiences, some of the downfalls, some of the upfalls, write down some of the things that you're actually going through. So when it happens that you are, you know, at a level in the near future that you are asking yourself, how did you get there? You can be able to just go back on your journal and read through some of the days that you went through certain things, to be able to see how you handled those situations. That is the best way that you can even grow closer with yourself. But that's it from me, and that's it for today. Make sure that you like and subscribe. One thing that I also need from you guys is that we have a giveaway that is going on in our Telegram public group. Make sure that you do use the link that's going to be put in the description box so that you can check and get access to it. And I will see you on the next future video.